You ever notice how being broke isn't just having less money? It's like living in a constant state of emergency. One weird noise in your car, one email from a doctor's office, one unexpected charge on your card, and your brain instantly goes, "Cool, we're done. This month is over." And what makes it worse is you start believing that this is just your life now. Like broke is your personality. Like stress is normal. Like you're supposed to wake up every day with that tight feeling in your chest because money is always one step behind you. If that's you, listen closely because this video is not motivational fluff. This is not wake up at 5 a.m. and manifest abundance. This is the exact blueprint that takes you from broke and stuck to stable, to investing, to actually getting rich. And I know the title sounds ridiculous. If you're broke, watch this. You'll get rich, no joke. But I mean it, not because you'll magically become a millionaire overnight, but because if you follow the steps in this video in the right order, you will build a system that makes it almost impossible to stay broke long term. Broke is not a permanent identity. It's a temporary math problem. And math problems have solutions. Now let me tell you the biggest mistake broke people make. They try to fix a money leak with a money dream. They're drowning, and instead of grabbing a life jacket, they start fantasizing about a yacht. They chase the next big win, the next side hustle, the next crypto coin, the next stock pick, the next one trick, while their foundation is collapsing under them. And because they're desperate, they pick the most emotionally exciting option instead of the most financially correct one. They try to jump straight to investing without building stability first. That's like trying to install a supercharger on a car that has no engine oil. So here's the core idea of this entire video. Write it down if you have to. You do not get rich by chasing returns. You get rich by building a machine that creates extra money every month, protects that money from emergencies, and then multiplies that money through investing. Create margin, protect margin, multiply margin. That's the order. And most people try to start at multiply because it's fun. But if you don't create margin, you have nothing to multiply. And if you don't protect margin, life will wipe you out the second you make progress. So I'm going to walk you through the exact system, not theory, not in a perfect world. This is what you do when you're broke, stressed, and you need results. First, we need to define what broke actually means. Because some people are broke because they don't earn enough. Some people are broke because they earn plenty, but their spending is chaotic. Some people are broke because debt is eating them alive. Most people are broke because it's a combination of all three. So instead of guessing, we're going to diagnose it like a doctor. Here's your diagnosis tool. Your last 30 days of spending, not your intentions, not your, I think I spend about, your actual transactions. Because your bank statement is the truth. And if you're broke, the truth is your best friend, because the truth shows you where the leaks are. I want you to categorize your last 30 days into 5 buckets. Bucket 1, survival, rent, basic groceries, utilities, basic transportation. Bucket 2, debt, minimum payments on credit cards, loans, whatever. Bucket 3, fixed bills, phone plan, insurance, subscriptions, anything that hits monthly. Bucket 4, lifestyle, eating out, entertainment, shopping, fun. Bucket 5, random. This is the silent killer. Random Amazon orders, convenience purchases, delivery fees, small impulse spending that doesn't feel like much in the moment, but adds up like termites. The reason most people stay broke is because bucket 5 is a black hole. They don't even notice it. They're not spending $500 at once. They're spending $14.99, $27.40, $8.50, $19, and then they blink and it's gone. And when you're stressed, convenience becomes your drug. You're tired, so you order food. You're anxious, so you buy something small. You're bored, so you scroll and spend. That's not a character flaw. That's just what humans do. But if you want to get rich, you have to stop financing your emotions. Now, I'm not going to tell you to cut everything and live like a monk. That fails. It always fails. What you need is a temporary broke protocol that gives you immediate breathing room without making you miserable. Here's the broke protocol for the next 30 days. You cut lifestyle and random spending by 30 to 50%. Not forever, just for 30 days. This is not punishment. This is a rescue mission. If you spend $400 a month on random spending, cut it to $200. If you spend $300 a month eating out, cut it to $150. And you don't just try. You set rules like, I'm only eating out twice a week, or no delivery apps, or no online shopping unless it's essential. Rules remove decision fatigue. If you rely on willpower, you'll lose when you're tired. If you rely on rules, you win automatically. Now here's the part that makes this work. Every dollar you free up from this broke protocol has one job. It doesn't get absorbed into your life, it gets assigned to the next step. Because getting rich is not about making money once, it's about giving your money instructions. Step 1, build your first emergency buffer. Your first target is $1,000. Not because $1,000 is magical, but because $1,000 is the difference between annoying problem and financial disaster for a lot of people. Flat tire, car battery, medical copay, unexpected bill. Without a buffer, you put it on a credit card. With a buffer, you handle it and keep moving forward. And I want you to understand something. This buffer isn't just money, it's psychological armor. It's you telling life, you don't get to bully me anymore. Because when you're broke, your brain is always in panic mode. Panic mode makes you make expensive decisions. Panic mode makes you accept bad jobs, bad loans, bad deals, and bad habits. A buffer turns panic into control. So how do you get $1,000 fast when you're broke? You do a cash sprint, a short-term burst of extra income and reduce spending. Sell one thing you don't use. Take one extra shift. Do deliveries for 2 weekends. Freelance a small gig. Babysit. Pet sit. Clean. Flip something. I don't care what it is. The goal is speed. You're not building a business right now. You're building breathing room. And you keep that $1,000 in a separate account, not your checking account. Checking accounts are where money goes to disappear. Put it in a savings account labeled emergency. Labeling matters because it tells your brain this money is not for vibes, it's for survival. Step 2, stop the bleeding from high-interest debt. If you have credit card debt with a rate around 20% or higher, that is financial quicksand. And this is where I need you to be brutally honest. You cannot invest your way out of credit card debt. If your credit card is charging you 22%, paying it off is like earning a guaranteed 22% return. Guaranteed. No market crash, no bad year, no drama. It is the best investment available to you when you're broke. Let's make that real. If you have $5,000 on a credit card at 22% and you make minimum payments, you could end up paying thousands in interest. That interest is not just money. That is your time. That is your life. That is you working hours and handing them to a bank because you didn't follow an order. So here's the debt plan. List all your debts with interest rates. Pay the minimum on everything, then take every extra dollar and attack the highest interest rate first. This is the debt avalanche. It saves the most money and gets you out fastest. And while you do it, you track progress weekly, not monthly, weekly, because broke people don't lose to math. They lose to hopelessness. Weekly tracking gives you momentum. Now I know what people are screaming right now. But Sam, what about investing? Shouldn't I invest while I'm paying off debt? Usually no, but there is one exception that is so powerful it breaks the rule. Step 3, take your employer match if you have access to one. If your employer offers a 401k match and you're not taking it, you are turning down free money. That match is an instant return. A 50% match is like getting 50% growth the moment you invest. A 100% match is like doubling your money instantly. You will not find a guaranteed deal like that anywhere else. So if you have a match, you contribute enough to get the full match. Not more yet, just enough. Then you go back to attacking high-interest debt. This is how you balance guaranteed free money with guaranteed interest pain. Step 4, build a real emergency fund. After the first $1,000 buffer, your next goal is 1 month of essential expenses. That's rent, utilities, food, and transportation. 1 month changes your life. It's the difference between I hate my job but I'm trapped and I have options. Then you work toward 3 months. And if your income is unstable, you aim for 6. Why is this step so important? Because stability creates power. When you have an emergency fund, you can say no. You can negotiate. You can take a better job. You can handle surprises without debt. And this is the moment you stop being a victim of life. Now, step 5, invest in the correct order. This is where people finally get excited, and that's fine. But you have to do it in a way that actually makes you rich instead of just making you feel like you're doing something. The correct order for most people is get the employer match first, then fund an IRA, then an HSA if you're eligible, then increase your 401k beyond the match. And only after that do you focus on a taxable brokerage account. Why? Because taxes and fees are silent wealth killers. Most people think investing is about picking the best stock. For regular people, investing is mostly about consistency, low fees, tax advantages, and time. So what should you invest in? If you want the simplest, most reliable path, you invest in broad, low-cost index funds. You stop trying to be a genius. You buy the market. Because the market over time rewards patience, not excitement. The rich secret nobody wants to hear is this. Getting rich is mostly boring. It's automatic contributions. It's staying invested when the news is scary. It's increasing your contributions as your income grows. It's not panicking. It's not chasing. Now let's talk about the part that makes you actually rich, your monthly margin. Because your margin is your investing fuel. If you create $200 of margin, you can invest $200. If you create $500, you can invest $500. The goal is not a perfect number. The goal is growth over time. Here's a realistic path. In the beginning, maybe you can only create $100 a month. That's fine. If you automate $25 a week into investing, once you've built stability, you're already ahead of most people. Then as debt disappears, that $100 becomes $300, then $500, then $800. Then you get a raise or a better job, and you don't inflate your lifestyle immediately. You increase investments first. That's how wealth is built. You upgrade your future before you upgrade your habits. Now let me address the biggest obstacle. Sam, what if I literally cannot save anything because my income is too low? Then your mission is income. Not forever, just enough to create margin. You can't budget your way out of poverty. If expenses are already at the bone, you need a higher paying skill, a better job, a better industry, or additional income streams. That might mean learning a skill that the market pays for. That might mean switching jobs. That might mean taking night classes. That might mean a side gig temporarily. The goal is not to hustle forever. The goal is to climb out and then let investing do the heavy lifting. And here's why I promise this works. Because it's not based on hope, it's based on order. When you follow the order, you stop bleeding money. Then you start building stability. Then you start investing consistently. And consistency plus time equals wealth. So here's your 7-day action plan. Day 1, pull your last 30 days of spending and categorize it. Day 2, choose your broke protocol rules and cut lifestyle and random spending by 30 to 50%. Day 3, open a separate savings account and start your $1,000 buffer. Day 4, list your debts and pick the highest interest target. Day 5, set your employer match contribution if available. Day 6, automate one weekly transfer to savings or debt payoff. Day 7, repeat, track your progress, and do not stop. Because once you start seeing progress, you will become a different person. You will stop feeling like money happens to you and start feeling like you control it. And that is the real difference between broke people and rich people. Rich people aren't always smarter. They're not always luckier. They just have systems, and systems beat chaos. So here's the punchline. If you're broke, you do not need a miracle. You need a plan with an order. Create margin, protect margin, multiply margin. Do that for long enough and you will get rich. No joke. If you want more videos like this, no fluff, just the real blueprint, subscribe, because every week I drop strategies that help you stop being broke and start building wealth for real.